Hmm. Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice. Hey, hello. Yes, I know. I know y'all being like, oh my God, you're late, you're late. Listen, I'm tired of this shit, okay? I'm here. That's all that matters. Thank you for coming to my live stream. And thank you so much for the birthday love. I'm going to get right to the point and talk about a lot of various topics. First things first, again, I appreciate the birthday wishes. I did put my Zelle over here. So if you are from the States where Zelle is available, you can just send here if you want, but if not, don't worry. I'm not asking like, oh my God, send me money, bitch. It's more so like a look, if you just want to send $1 or some shit, or if you want to send me 15 cents so I can like go get me some lemonade across the street, or go get some toilet paper so I could like wipe my ass or some shit. I don't fucking know. But that's my Zelle. But if not, I understand. I appreciate the support regardless. Right now, I'm going to enjoy my watermelon cocktail that I made from scratch. I just got a bunch of like Brazilian cachaça, which is similar to rum, and I just mashed a bunch of watermelon in here, and it's really good, really savory, really strong, and great. But I wanted to get on here and talk about some things going on. First of all, thank you for the birthday wishes. My birthday was actually on the 8th. However, I'm celebrating all fucking week because let me tell you something. When it's your birthday, you should be celebrating all week because it really is a blessing to be alive. At first, when you get to a certain age, you think to yourself, damn, like birthday going by so fast. Where did all the time go? But when I look back and think, I'm asking you right now, watching this, would you ever want to go back to who you were 5 years ago? Probably not. If you're in your 40s or in your 30s or in your early 20s, do you want to go back to who you were 5 years ago? Me 5 years ago was actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. When I go back 5 years ago, I'm like, okay, I was pretty chill, but I sucked at my patience could have been better. I sucked at communications. I was terrible at boundaries. I was way too open and way too patient with people disrespecting me because I was cool with them. You know what I mean? I kind of had this issue where years ago I had this habit of like it's so easy for me to call anybody out and address anybody for making me uncomfortable and mistreating me. But when it came to people that I was close with, it was difficult to call them out and address them for mistreating me, more particularly certain relatives who were conniving and slimy and did funny shit. More specifically, friendships, people that were friends, but it was really a weak friendship. You know what I mean? Like I had a lot of really shitty things 5 years ago that I was putting up with that me now would never. Oh my God. You piss me off now, you disrespect me now, you're gone. I don't have time for that shit. And that's the kind of time you should be on too. If somebody pisses you off or treats you any kind of way after a certain age, you don't got time for that shit. Okay, there's just no time for that. Okay, this is my Zelle for someone that keeps asking what's with the email. It's my Zelle. So if you want to send whatever, you don't have to. It's just for people who want to. Again, your likes and your love is enough. Okay, just a comment and a like, and shout out to anyone watching the playback. But anyways, I had a lot of very crazy and wild situations that I just put up with. You know what I mean? Like I had a situation where I had a jealous ass friend from years ago. I'll never forget. Cut that bitch off pronto. Cut that bitch off pronto. He was very conniving and very weird. Did a lot of funny shit that I just did not like. I'll never forget where this so-called friend that I had, this man had the audacity to like be talking to people that I was making videos about. Like, right, that this person wanted to be famous and wanted their channel to like blow up, and they wanted to be like a big star and a bunch of stuff. And their channel, to some degree, did get to a certain pinnacle. But I'll never forget where they were telling me, they were like, yo, Troy's, I was talking to Simply Nessa, and she was telling me like how she saw your video. And yeah, first of all, bitch, how the fuck does Simply Nessa even know that I know that we know each other? How does she know? Or I remember one time I mentioned something, I think something on the lines of, oh yeah, like I had the commentary about this girl named Desiree Mitchell. She's like a musician, musician YouTube commentator or whatever. And I'm not gonna, I was very critical of her in my video. And long story short, I was like, oh yeah, that girl does not care for me at all. I made a video about her and she was really upset about it. And he was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Desiree does not like you at all, Troy. Desiree does not like you. It was like this person wanted to position himself as the plug. Like they knew everybody. They didn't really care to like, you know, hide the fact that yeah, I was in the know. I'm in the know. I know people. I know people. They had a smaller channel compared to me, which is okay. And this friend, quote unquote friend, which really wasn't really a friend, more so like a hater or an op that was just around you for just convenience and just entertainment. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes, there were some positive moments and I was a good friend to this person. This person had some good moments. We share good moments. This person was just weird and shade. Like this person would tell me all types of stuff that certain YouTubers would say. They were like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to that guy that's like cool with Tana Mojo. He was like, he was like a YouTuber. This I forgot this person's name. But basically, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to Colin, and yeah, Colin doesn't think you like him very much because he like comments under your video or said something, but Colin doesn't like. Colin just assumes that you don't like him." And I'm like, how the fuck do these people know? How does my name keep coming up in these conversations? That's why you gotta ask yourself sometimes, right? If somebody keeps fucking bringing up your name, or they mentioned that your name was brought up in a conversation, it was like, yeah, girl, they was bringing you up and they was talking about you, and I'm like, damn. Let me tell you something. Let me give you some tips, right? If anyone ever talks to you and tells you straight up like, oh yeah, they were talking about you, yeah, they were like mentioning you. If you don't know the people that are mentioning you too well, or barely know them, or barely even speak to them, more than likely they're trying to deliver a message of how they feel about you, but through a different person. It's different if people are venting or having a discussion about something you did or something that they feel. Like that's different. Venting is different. But this friend, and this is what y'all need to pay attention to. Like at this big grown ass age, I have no patience for anything. Yes, my background look a little funny. It looks like I'm in prison. I have a fan right here because it's hot as hell and the AC does not work at all. I called the Airbnb bitch to fix the AC and she was like, "Oh my god, I have to call somebody." And then I said, "Okay, I'll wait patiently and use the fan." It's been over 24 hours. The bitch has not given me an update. And also, the gas stove does not work at all. I asked her to let me know how do I work it? Like, is there, like, are you going to refill the gas? Because there's like a little gas tank in the kitchen. And I kept like playing around with it, turn on. Anyways, yeah, I'm annoyed. The bitch still hasn't responded. Yeah, that's one star down. But anyways, yeah, I had this friend, he would like just always bring up like how, oh yeah, they were talking about you. Oh yeah, yeah, we like mentioned you and stuff. You know what I mean? Just weird shit. You know what I mean? And then I'll never forget that this dumbass fucking friend gave my number away to like another YouTuber and was like, oh yeah, like I didn't even realize it. Like, did I ask you? You know what I mean? And then this one YouTuber who wanted me to make a video about some drama she was in, some stupid. This was like damn near like 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago at this point. It might as well have been almost 10 years ago. But basically, some random fucking YouTuber called my fucking phone one day, had FaceTimed me, didn't even text me and say, "Hey, is this Choice?" Some random YouTuber FaceTimed me, and I was like, you know how when someone FaceTime you go like this to the phone? Who is this? You don't even show your face. You're like, who's this? And she was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hi," and she's like, "Oh, it's me." I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And like I knew who the YouTuber was, but I didn't really know her personally to the point where I would want to give this bitch my fucking phone number. And Lord and behold, she's cool with that fake friend who was really an op. Like, don't you just like hate that? Like, don't you just hate people who pretend to be your friend and pretend to be cool with you, and they secretly just hate you or are envious of you? Again, those people like you sometimes, like being around you, but they keep you around sometimes just for mere entertainment. Like, okay, well, this person entertains me, so I'll just fucking keep them around because they're stable or they have this, or she has money and she has a cool job and she's stable, so I'll keep her around for this. People just keep you around sometimes for entertainment. It's so odd because I'm too much of a blunt, straightforward person where like if I don't like somebody, I just simply will not talk to them. I'll be like, "Oh, I do not like that person. Let me skedaddle this way." And sometimes your gut just always knows when someone just doesn't like you. And sometimes you don't want to be the person that's problematic and call stuff out and causes issue where you're just like, I don't know, like, she's my friend that I've known since high school, but like, I don't know. Does that dude not fuck with me? Is that dude weird? Is he acting weird? Am I bugging? Sometimes you don't want to be that person because you don't want to feel like you're starting conflict. But a lot of times you got to just pay attention to how people treat you. Because one thing I've learned, again, like this is me venting about a lot of stuff that I've learned at my very big grown ass age. Well, first off, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. At my big grown ass age, I've learned when people are acting, sometimes they forget their lines. Like I'll never forget one time when I was venting to this friend. I was telling this friend about like how I was going through it with my neighbors, and my neighbors were so disrespectful. They were constantly banging on the walls, and like because the walls were so thin, I would film videos. They would like playfully like tap on the wall and talk shit through the walls, just do the absolute fucking most when I was renting out a guest house. And I'll never forget that as I was talking and venting, just like this, I'm talking to y'all about something I was going through and how I like really was hoping that I could maybe move out and figure myself out and find some shit. This friend was like literally looking at me like this. I kid you not, they got red in the fucking face and was like this. Like you like, again, like those friends that accidentally like mean mug you and look at you stank while you talk, they're telling you how they feel about you. Like they're not consciously aware of it, but their subconscious mind is telling on themselves. Like when people light up, like, oh hey, or people look at you normally, then that means they respect you, they like you, they fuck with you, they cool with you. The people who look at you stank and they call themselves like cool with you, those people are secretly envious of you. Like they could be going through some stuff, right? Like not everybody's like out to get you. Some people just going through stuff in their own life, and some people have a resting bitch face. But this friend like looked at me stank, like right, like that's justified to do that to a stranger. Where you ever talk to a stranger and they say something that annoys you, you just get irritated. That's one thing, but like we're cool, you know what I mean? And that's what I learned at my big age. That just watch how people treat you or do certain things. And then I'll never forget that this one time, this one quote unquote friend, even went as far. There's a lot of interesting, weird shit. Like now that I'm grown, I just absolutely would never tolerate. Like I'll never forget where um there was this one instance, like again, like I like a lot of weird, stupid shit. Like sometimes I'm like I would love to share more stuff, but a piece of me is just like, maybe I should just let shit rest. Okay, this is just me venting. I learned more about like who I will tolerate and what I won't tolerate. I just don't have any patience. Like I just have so much stuff going on. I have a lot of problems. I want to move. I got things that I want to rectify. Hell, you got problems. You got problems. You got problems. You got problems. You got things you got to resolve. You got goals. You got goals. You got this. You got this. Oh, like a lot of y'all have a lot of stuff on y'all mind that you want to rectify. You should have zero fucking tolerance and patience for anyone that's not adding shit to your fucking life. Not in a transactional sense, but in a shitty sense. Like no, not in a shitty sense, in a peaceful sense. Like some people don't have to add to you financially. Some people don't have to give you like I don't know, like they lend you their car sometimes. They sometimes are good friends for like when you need like someone to spot you when you're out to eat and you don't want to like pay because you're low and you haven't got your paycheck yet. Like those are good qualities to have, but there's more to just have people on that add value to you. Sometimes people add value to you spiritually. There's some people who are around you where they can't do shit for your career. Like think about all the friends you have, and I bet you there's a few of them that where you can sit down and think, this person can't really do much for me financially. They can't really help me climb the corporate ladder. They can't really introduce me to so and so. But this friend is so positive. Like I got a homegirl who like I'm her name is T. Let's call her TT. She's like a normal girl, went to college. She's much, much older than me, much, much grown. She went back to school at her really, really big age, really cool girl. Can't do nothing for me at all. She was like an actor in like the early 2000s, an actress, I mean. And she can't do nothing for me at all, like at all. But guess what? She's such a positive ass fucking person that whenever I'm with her, I'll be like, baby, put it on my tab. I'm gonna buy you a drink. Okay, just keep talking. Okay, you ramble and talk and talk and you talk a lot, but you're cool vibes. Her name is Trina. I'm gonna tell her that. Her name is Trina. Good vibes, good people. I'm like, Trina, put it on my fucking tab. Let's buy you another drink, Trina. Like you're cool as fuck. Like she's just positive and she's just chill and she's just a warm ass, polite person and goofy. And she can't do nothing for me. But sometimes people are just good people. And that's what sometimes you have to look for. And that's the age that I'm at right now. And no, for everyone that's asking, I am not 45 years old. I just put that in the title and thumbnail because people always tell me that I'm very wise compared to what I've been through and how long I've been on the internet. And people just think sometimes with the shit that I say and the things I've experienced, the things I do, people think that I'm much older than I actually am. I'm not 45. Shit, I might as well be with a lot of the shit I've gone through and the phases I've gone through on the internet. Shit. Let me read the super chat. I apologize, and I'm gonna get right back to my point. So yeah, I've just learned a lot about just boundaries. I've also had a lot of horrendous situations where like I didn't let friends fucking stay in my crib and shit like that. Like I had this one friend. Oh my god. They were like, this is an interesting story. Someone said, "Happy birthday, Choice. I don't have Zelle, but thank you for always being real." Honestly, thank you so much. Super chat is fine. Regardless, I'm grateful for everything. Thank you for your love and support. I'm grateful for all that shit. Someone said, "LOL, whoever called him Choice Byram is hilarious." Someone said, "You're right. He's not 45. He's 50. He's not 45. He's 69. I have boundaries now, as you should." My guy, hey, was good. Thank you. Thanks for the super chat, Nadia. I appreciate you showing you mad love and wishing you well. Thank you. No, it's not Martin at all. You guys don't know who this person is at all. Don't say the person's name. You don't know who the person is. It's not. Me and Martin are good friends. Shout out to Martin Lewis. I love Martin Lewis. Me and Martin Lewis are good friends. A lot of y'all know him from like the OG YouTube content creator days, from when he was talking about like Chris and Queen and exposing the scams. Me and Martin are still very, very good friends to this day. I was literally just texting him a couple days ago. Me and Martin are good friends. So yeah, don't assume shit. And don't assume that you guys know the person. Y'all don't probably don't even know the person at all. This person is not on my channel. Y'all don't know the person. They're not on my channel if you try to look for them on my channel. Someone said, Choice, would you ever go back to Miami or anywhere in Florida? No. I've outgrown Miami, and I'm gonna be honest with you, sweetheart. Okay, let's get into this too. This is what age has brought to me, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. When you leave your hometown, sometimes it's all fun and games and it's all sweet, but then when you hit a certain period in your life, you just realize, ill, why the fuck would I ever go back to my hometown? You know what I mean? Like it's filled with just a bunch of fucking haters, people who ain't shit, and then it also is filled with a bunch of just gentrification. Like when I go back to Miami, it just doesn't look the same. You know what I mean? Like I've lived in Miami, I've lived in the suburbs, I've lived in Fort Lauderdale, I've lived in Little Havana. And yes, I'm from Miami. I was born in Tampa, Florida, but I am from Miami, right? I lived in North Miami. I've lived in Central Miami. I've lived in South Miami. I've lived in let's see. I think I lived in North Miami Beach. I've lived in Opelika. I've lived in Little Havana after I graduated high school. I lived in Little Havana for a little bit. I just don't see a point. Miami is for the upper echelon Hispanics, entrepreneurs, and sex workers. If you're not a sex worker, an upper echelon Hispanic, or a tourist, or someone that's retired, there's nothing in Miami for any fucking body. Like if you're well established, have a good job, okay, fine, that's fine. Like if you got a good job and it takes good care of you, that's okay. But there ain't shit there for me. And when I say upper echelon Hispanics, I mean the Hispanics that speak Spanish and have great networks, great jobs, and they just blend in. Like, you know what I mean? Like the upper echelon, like again, like if you're Hispanic in Miami, people always say Miami's catered towards Hispanics. It is, but it's catered towards Hispanics that have money. Not all Hispanics have money in Miami. You know what I mean? A lot of Hispanics that I grew up with, poor, struggling, or got it from the mud, came from the bottom, don't have shit. It's for those Hispanics that, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but it's for the Hispanics that voted for Trump and are super, super, super wealthy and care about limited government and are from Cuba or are of Cuban. It's for them, and it's for tourists. If you're not an upper echelon, wealthy, well-established Hispanic with a great network, and you're not a tourist / a retired person, or you're not an entrepreneur or sex worker, because that aligns too. An entrepreneur, sex worker, that's all in the same category. Miami's not for you. If you're from there and it's nostalgic shit, but it's changed. When I go back to Miami, I feel like it's literally New York City, but in the Caribbean. It feels like they built New York City and bought New York City and Little Havana, Cuba, and they literally turned it into a fucking tropical big city. New York City and Havana, Cuba in one big city. There's no value in it at all. I just enjoy going there to eat, walking around, driving around old neighborhoods, and that's it. It's expensive as fuck. Gentrification has completely got rid of all my little spots. Sometimes you go to the little corner stores. You can't even go get a fucking hot sausage and a pickle egg anymore, because now those same corner stores are owned by Arabs. Not Arabs, not Arabs. It's owned by like these Bangladeshi people or these Indians. The Arabs used to run the gas stations and the corner stores, and I think some of them still do. But you walk in, you can't even get a fucking pickled egg or a hot sausage anymore. That was or like sometimes you would go to the store and they would sell pickles in a jar, and you would like get a pickle for like maybe like 15 cents or 25 cents, and you would like get a pickle on the go. Sometimes you would go and get like those juice barrels for like 10 cents each. It's just nostalgia. There's just no value in Miami. I would never go back there. Ugh. Y'all can have fun and enjoy it. I'm a Miami native, but it's just garbage unless you're a tourist. I like going as a tourist. Anyways, I don't want to ramble too much. I want to get back to what I was saying earlier. Someone said, I always wonder why you always wear a hat. I'm down to take my hat off. I don't mind at all. If people's asking me to take my hat off, I'll take it off. But I just wear it because it's just a personal style. I've just always worn hats. If you ever see me, always wear hats. I'm always wearing a hat. I'm always wearing a band, something. I'm always wearing a head covering. And I think that's why people always recognize me immediately. I have clip-on earrings as well because I don't want to commit to getting my fucking ears pierced and getting holes in my damn ears. But I always have clip-on earrings, so you will always see me wearing clip-on earrings. These are gold. They look like solid gold, but they're not solid gold. They're cheap as fuck from Amazon. I got a whole case of them, a little bag of them for about $6. But yeah, just personal style. And I've always had hats. I had a collection of hats and everything. And then if you guys go back to my older videos, I used to wear bucket hats a lot until, I hate to say it like this, excuse my French, but when I was younger, my fucking punk ass, hoe ass sister as a child took all my bucket hats and she threw them in the fucking trash. And then I dumpster dived and went fishing for them. And then the bitch went in my closet, and then she eventually wound up throwing them shits away again. Unfortunately, I'm sure she'd probably deny it, but that's definitely what happened. A lot of that stuff is documented if you scroll back and watch my videos from many years ago when I grew up in a fucked up, toxic household that came from a fucked up and toxic family where everybody was at odds with each other, and there was always little secret pockets of alliances, and just weird shit, which is another thing I want to talk about. How I've interpreted a lot of my older videos, right? So as y'all know, again, I'm going off. Okay, this is a little birthday live stream, but this is things that I want to talk about because I want you guys to be able to learn from my mistakes and see the growth and hear the shit I'm saying. And if you guys can hear me clearly, and let me know, because again, like I love my quality. Like I made sure to travel with really good quality this time. Because currently, let me just give you guys a heads up. I'm not at home. I'm in Brazil. I'm literally enjoying my life in Brazil. Everything's cheaper. Fruits and vegetables are so much cheaper. I go to the store. I can get fucking like soursop. I can get custard apples. I can get fresh watermelon. Look at this. This is from the watermelon cocktail that I made. There's fucking seeds in this bitch. There's literally seeds in this fucking watermelon that I bought. We don't even have seeds in our fruit in the fucking States. There's no seeds in the fruits in Canada. There's no seeds in the fruits when you go to Europe. Let me see. I'm going to get back. Let me address it really quickly. Happy birthday, Choice. Thank you, Trice. I appreciate that. Yes, heavy on this. So people would love to bring you information. Like, so watch out for those people. Sorry, this person just mentioned this. 444 people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. This person just mentioned this comment. So this person just said that in many cases, they will never say what they said, which means sometimes you guys have those friends or acquaintances that be like, yo, girl, they were saying this about you. They were saying that about you. They were saying that you're this and that you're that. And like people will just be saying that you're just like this and that you're like that. But I don't know. Those are the people that are secretly haters and ops. They are delivering how they really feel about you, but through another person. They agree with those people. That's why those people feel comfortable venting to them about how they can't stand you and how they don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? They feel comfortable around those people that don't care for you, and they feel comfortable repeating certain things, and they selectively repeat things. They withhold information. Those people are just conniving and messy because best believe there have been moments where people have said some things about some of my friends that I know personally. And a lot of times I'll be like, I mean, I hope y'all talk it out and work it out. I'm not repeating nothing. I'm not getting involved in that. I just let it go. You know what I mean? Like I had one instance, for example, I had one of my really good friends is my neighbor. So one of my good friends lives in my building, and basically one of the neighbors, who I'm also very cool with, had an issue with my neighbor who's my friend. The neighbor who lives right next to me was like, ugh, Choice, you know how Chi gets, Chi tends to be a little crazy with the music out loud. And I was like, he could just tell I didn't want to get involved. Like I really had no opinion, no comment at all. I just was like, well, hope y'all work it out. I just don't give a fuck to like be involved in people's stuff if it's something petty. If they don't intertwine with me, I don't want to like be in the middle of shit. If I can probably diffuse shit, I will. I could try, but I don't want to relay stuff and try to like deliver how I feel. Like, yes, my neighbor has a habit of being loud as fuck. Yes, sometimes he'd be like watching movies and TV shows loud as fuck and giggling and making a lot of noise. But it's never anything crazy where I want to get involved and like say some wild ass shit to like my neighbor about my friend. I don't know. Fuck no. It just opens the door. So like I said, sometimes people will say shit about you with other people and they'll deliver what that person said to you because they really feel that way about you. So I've learned that, and most people unfortunately take a while to learn. Like a lot of times we're just hyped up to talk about ourselves. Sometimes as humans we could be self-absorbed. We're just like, oh my god, that fucking piece of shit. I can't believe they said that to you. Or like, what else did they say? What else did they say? But we're never ever looking at the person that's relaying the information to us. Unfortunately, I had a so-called friend that was like that. And sometimes I reflect on a lot of my old friendships and I understand things a lot better. And I understand that the version of me now would never tolerate certain things and just people and just friendships and just life. If anyone compromises my peace, oh, they gotta go. Like it's one thing if people aren't perfect, right? Like sometimes you'll have issues of friends and acquaintances and people you work with. But if you at any moment make me feel like, oh my God, my peace is being compromised because you want to just fucking be entertained, you gotta go. Somebody said your Airbnb host knew that AC ain't work. Yikes. Exactly. Happy birthday, Choice. Thank you. Can you drop your skincare routine, boo? I appreciate the comments about my skin. I finally have the lotion ready to show y'all. So this is it. You can just screenshot this. You can find this at most pharmacies all over the world. If you go to any good quality pharmacy, you can find CeraVe. I just put this on my face, and then also what I put on my face is a silk pillowcase. I don't have one now. I don't travel with it, but most times when I'm at home, I sleep on a silk pillowcase. I usually travel with it, but I forgot it. I put the silk pillowcase on whatever pillow I sleep on, and it just keeps your skin moisturized. It's really good for you. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times y'all wear silk scarves, silk bonnets. You'll have like silk sheets. Some of y'all will have silk hats and silk clothes. That shit is amazing for your skin. I'm gonna go in more about it. I just want to keep reading some of these comments. Happy birthday, Choice! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I turned 38 today. I appreciate you, and of course, happy birthday to you as well. Yeah. Someone said just say names. I'm not about to say name. Someone said drop names. I'm not dropping names. Somebody said who Abby. I'm not saying any fucking names. Oh my god, y'all have really fucking good memories. I'm not saying any fucking names at all. I'm not saying any names at all. Will you please cover the Krishan Rock controversy? They're saying that she had her son's real father killed and that she's being investigated. Oh my god. I've been hearing that conspiracy for a long time about Krishan. There's no official evidence about it and there's no case. So I don't know if I want to get on here and like spread that unless I have justified, like unless it's a conspiracy, sure. Happy birthday, my Leo brother. I'm a week before you. You're 35 for me, and I know for you too. Just kidding. But happy born season. Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy birthday to you as well. Happy birthday to all the Leos. Virgos, y'all are coming up soon. And so are the Libras. Happy birthday to y'all. Cancers, y'all season was over. Happy birthday to all of y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of the year, even though the year is about to be over. Someone said the video title. What did I title this shit? I'm sorry. I don't even remember what I titled this shit. I don't remember at all. But hold on. I'm gonna get on here really quickly and I want to show a couple things. Let me see. Someone said, LOL, y'all look his age up. Yeah, for just honestly, just send a Google review. I mean, not Google review, just look at Google. They're judging you. Let me see. Choice, you don't look a day over 35. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm definitely over 25, but I appreciate that. Happy 45th. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Choice, did you talk about the weight yet? Yes. Okay. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. I actually forgot what I titled this video. I think I titled it because I had two titles in mind, but I'm like, wait, let me make sure I know. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So yes, about the weight thing. I definitely am not getting like super, super fucking like obese again. I mean, was I considered obese? I don't even know if that's even considered obese. I was just, chubby. I was chunkier. I was heavy. I was heavy set. I was a big, chunky person. But hear me out. I more so feel like I've gained a little bit of weight just living in the States. And also I don't cook very often. I've kind of gotten to a point where now I have more motivation to cook my fucking meals. I'm sorry, but like now, the older I get, the more I have like less and less patience for people at restaurants. I kind of get to the point where I'm just like, bro, did I really just pay fucking $20 for this fucking cocktail that they just threw a flower on? You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, I'm now at that age where that whenever I go and get a drink, I'm more at that age where I'm just like, okay, just give me the fucking shot, okay? Just give me the fucking Patron or the tequila in a fucking cup. Like I used to like a good cocktail because I hate the taste of alcohol. Because again, I still love a good cocktail, but I'm like, I might as well just make this shit myself. Like a lot of times they'll charge you 15. Most times in America, in the States, and anywhere in Western countries, in Canada, in Europe in general, you're paying like at least 12 €12, $12 or more for a fucking shot. And I'm thinking to myself, I could just buy a whole bottle for like $15, €15. I could buy the fucking fruit, I could buy the juice, mix that shit. Like, like nowadays when I go to fucking bars, bartenders don't bartend like that anymore. So, I've kind of gotten like a little bit of more weight because I just don't eat home cooked meals like I should. I go out to eat, but I will say this, like a lot of times I do eat okay when I'm at home. It's just because I travel and I have free time and shit to travel because again, I just be bored. I need stimulation. Sometimes I get caught up eating out. Not at home. At home, honestly, I'll be real with you. People sometimes have said this to me. If you ever come to my house, I'm gonna say right now, you will notice that I don't have shit in my fridge. Yes, I'm that person. When you come to my house, I don't have anything for you. I don't have snacks. No, I'm not gonna cook for you. Would you like some water? And then that's it. I have oatmeal in my cabinet, and that's about it. But anyways, yeah, I do feel like I've gained a little bit of just weight from just traveling, and I think a lot of that times, it's easier to lose weight when you're younger because I lost a lot of weight, being a little bit younger. But then, the alcohol starts to show up a little bit more, and then you wake up and you're like, ugh, like, that fucking alcohol is catching up with you. You know what I mean? Or even just going out to eat at restaurants sometimes. A lot of times I'm more cautious about the oil intake. And I wasn't before, but like now I notice that sometimes when I eat things that are greasy, oily, and fat, like I'll notice that it like seeps through my pores a lot more. I'll notice that like I noticed that like I get like a little bit more acid reflux when something has too much oil in it. So piecing me is kind of turning off from eating out and just cooking my own fucking meals when I travel. I used to just get groceries in general, but like now I'm like I could just cook my meals. But then I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to like use pots and pans and fucking Airbnbs. I like to stay in Airbnbs because they're cheaper. Oh my god, these fucking mosquitoes! I think a mosquito just fucking bit me. Back to like the weight thing. So no, I don't think I'm getting ridiculously like fat as hell. I just think that yeah, I'm definitely at that point where like I did lose a good amount of weight, and some of that weight definitely came back. But feel like I kind of have like a slight little gut, not like super super like fat, but just a little bit of gut. I'm just like ugh, like I want to get that down a little bit. So I definitely am going to cut back on honestly eating out. Like, most people who say they gain weight or they're like getting heavier, a lot of times people say it's because they're drinking. Like one of my good friends, for example, when she gained a lot of weight, it was because she was constantly drinking. Like, she always got a drink. The drinks caught up with her, but I don't really drink like that. Like I only drink when I'm out and about. I don't like going to the liquor store. I don't know anything about liquor. I know about Don Julio, and I don't like Casamigos because that shit looks ghetto as fuck. And every time I see people drink Casamigos, it just it just feels like a young ass um It just was like a young ass underneath my feet are dirty as fuck and black as hell type of drink. I just don't like Casamigos, so I don't drink too much. But yeah, so I'm like, ugh. I see this gut, and I'm like, ugh. It's taking longer than usual to get rid of. Like I've lost weight, but I'm like, sometimes I squeeze it, and I'm like, ugh, like I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of slight gut. So for me, it's like, ugh, like it's time for me to scale back on eating out when I travel. So yeah, I also kind of did this thing. I'm gonna be very transparent. So hear me out, right? Again, a lot of y'all gonna be like, "Wait, what the fuck did you do?" So I used to purposely, when I lost weight, I used to purposely not buy any snacks at all. I used to purposely, when I was younger, when I lost all the weight years ago, I used to purposely not buy certain food. Like I was told, you can't get fat if you don't eat. So I would personally like not really buy a lot of stuff for my fridge. I would only buy oatmeal and I would only buy like vegan plant based meats and just put that shit in my fridge. And like I don't want to eat fucking plant based ribs and plant based steaks all the fucking time, or plant based turkey legs and plant based chicken wings. So having that shit in my freezer, I was fucking starving, and I did starve myself a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, growing up, I was always on the chunkier side. Transparent moment, right? Like I never told anybody this. My brother knows this, but here's an interesting thing about me when I was younger. I was always a little bit chunky, but I was on and off, like chunky some moments and then slim other moments. And then my parents were just so fucking nasty and critical about me, like gaining weight and putting on weight and shit. It just really rubbed me the wrong way because they were the ones that were feeding me food. They were the ones that were giving me plates of food and filling it up and weren't giving me proper portions and a bunch of weird shit. So growing up, when I was getting chunkier because of my parents making nasty comments and were just like, Choice, you don't think you're getting kind of big, or you don't think you're getting kind of swole, or you are getting kind of fat, Like, they would say stuff like that, and sometimes you think it's concern, but then you look at your mama, and your mama big as hell. Like sometimes we got relatives telling us that we're big as hell and we're getting thick and shit, and it's just like, meanwhile our mom's big as fuck. Meanwhile your dad got a big ass pot belly, like he can't fucking get down. So as a kid, I used to literally make myself throw up. So as a kid, I would go inside the bathroom after I would eat. Like I would eat a Subway sandwich, and then after I was done, I would sit, chill, watch TV, and then maybe after like 3 hours, I would go like this. Like I kid you not, I would put my finger on my throat and go like force myself to vomit the entire Subway sandwich that I ate. Uh, I would eat like rice and chicken or rice and beef with like black beans and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like I feel myself getting fat. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, I enjoyed the food already. I did that, and I was like, how old? I was about 9 years old doing this kind of stuff. So I would be like this. And what was weird? What was weird is I used to literally do this in the sink. So for me, I just thought it was so gross to put my face next to a toilet where people put their ass on, because I grew up in a small apartment, and small apartments, small houses, on and off. So I thought it was kind of weird for me to, um, I just thought it was weird to just put my face near the toilet. So sometimes I did put my face near the toilet, but like I would just, oh God, this is like fucking insane that I'm sharing this shit. But yeah, I would make myself vomit because I just didn't want to get fat because I was tired of my relatives making slick and terrible comments like that. And some of y'all are asking, like, where did you get that idea from? For those of you who have kids, I got that idea from watching Family Guy. So that scene in Family Guy where Peter, let me see, let me find it. Peter made Meg throw up. I'm gonna show you guys that scene. So let me find it really quickly. Give me a second. Let me see. So I'm gonna find it and then I'm gonna show you guys. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Ugh, I cannot fucking find that shit. Hold on. Let me try to find it right here. I'm gonna play it for you guys. There's a scene that I watched when I was younger that made me like put my fingers on my throat and made me vomit because I just was so frustrated with like, oh my God, like my relatives saying that I'm fat. Like maybe I should lose weight. And instead of working out and going out for walks, I guess I thought, okay, I'll just make myself throw up. So let me see. Family Guy vomit. puppet scene. It was the Family Guy vomit puppet scene. I'm trying to play it. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my god, how do I do this? No. Was it? Let me see. Family Guy. Oh, getting thinner. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so this was the. Let me see. Fuck, where the fuck is that shit? Anyways, okay, I'll find it later because right now I don't want to get too sidetracked. But yes, it was a scene. If y'all can find that episode and find the season and the episode name, feel free to comment it. Comment. But basically, it was a scene where I don't know if it was Peter or it was a character, but the character was like they had like a hand puppet, and they were just like, "Hello, this is my little friend so and so," and like Meg wants to get skinny, so we're gonna help her get skinny. And then the person just shoved their fucking finger down Meg's throat, and Meg was like, "Wow, I think I feel myself getting thinner." So younger me was like, okay, good idea. Let me try that. And that's what I did. And then eventually I stopped. I just realized, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? I think I stopped doing it after a while. And I'll never forget, when I was younger, there was a young lady in my class. I forgot her name. I think her name was like Tiffany or some shit. A younger lady in my class basically was making herself throw up as well. And I'll never forget one of the kids was like making fun of her and was just like, dude, she's fucking gross. Like Tiffany's making herself fucking throw up in the bathroom. She's disgusting. And I remember just being like, oh, I'm not alone. Like I just kept thinking to myself, oh, she's doing it too. And it's crazy because let me see, hold on. Happy birthday, Choice. Thank you. There's no way you aren't 25. I'm much over 25. Thank you. Let me see this. Someone said, let me go. Hold on, let me read it. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Let me see. Lay Monique, I appreciate it. I texted you on IG about the bag. Lay Monique. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that later on, Lay Monique. You're gonna have to tell me your Instagram name. So tell me your Instagram handle so I can find it. And if you've messaged me about like shopping for you, because again, I travel a lot, so I do like one young lady reached out to me telling me to buy her like a particular nail polish that's only found in Brazil. Brazil also has like things like bundles and weaves and a bunch of like hair stuff and cosmetic stuff, like nail polish and stuff like that, is only available here because listen, oh my god, the black women here or the women here in general that wear like extensions and braids on fleek. Like some of the most beautiful women you'll ever see in your life are in Brazil. Like beautiful women, like the bantu knots here, the cornrows, the braids are on fleek here. Like you'll see a black man with locks, and his locks are perfection because Brazil is known for having amazing hair care products for black people. It just is what it is. They have amazing hair care products, and you pay mad money on Amazon for them. And some of them you have to generally like come here in Brazil to actually get, and then some of them you can get online, but the shipping cost is expensive. So again, if you want me to do personal shopping for you when I'm in Brazil or in Morocco or in China or in Turkey, you want me to buy you like replica stuff, designer stuff, whatever, just comment on my Instagram and be like, hey, if I didn't respond to your DM, be like, hey, and then just say, like, comment on my recent post. Or if I don't see it, comment on here and be like, this is my Instagram, or spam me, like comment on two or three posts, and just be like, hey, and follow me. You know what I mean? So that way I can see your message and know to see, because I do check my comments on Instagram. You know, I'm always going back and forth with a stupid bitch, or not going back and forth, but I'm always reading the comments of whenever I comment other people's shit, and then some stupid bitch is just like, shut your fat ass up, shut your stupid ass up, you ain't shit, you're fucking stupid. Like I'm always commenting on some shit, and I just enjoy reading the replies on my comments. I thought you were from New York. No, I'm not from New York, but I would love to be from New York instead of fucking Miami. I love Miami, I love where I'm from, but no, I'm not from New York. You and Martin got to go live together. That's an amazing idea. When I see Martin, we'll definitely go live. That'll be fun. Florida is sadly overdeveloped. Coming from Jacksonville, all of Florida, too many New Yorkers moving down here, fucking up the state. Yeah, New Yorkers have always moved to Florida like crazy. They've always fucked up our state. They've always ransacked shit. They've always been like that. Anyways, let me get to the point. Let me see. Your roots are. Let me see. Happy birthday. Would you visit your place of birth, Tampa, Florida? I have, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, because a young lady invited me to her birthday party, which I appreciate. Her name was Fabiola. Shout out to her. What are the best restaurants there? My boyfriend is Caribbean. I want to take him to good places. In Miami, my favorite place is Naomi's. Naomi's is a really popular place. It's owned by an Israeli man, but it's ran by Haitians. So Naomi is a good Haitian restaurant with some good pickles and some good just Haitian dishes. Ran by Haitians, but owned by a Middle Eastern man. Um, a good place to go. I know Bon Gout, which is another Haitian spot. I went to high school with this man. His restaurant is called, I think his restaurant is called Bernie's. Bernie's, it's a Haitian restaurant. He has like 2 locations. I went to high school with the owner. Happy birthday, Choice. Love you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Pistol Chan. Thank you. Happy birthday. I love you, Choice. Happy birthday. Wow, the years fly by. We are so blessed to be here another year. Love you lots. Thank you. I appreciate you. Of course, the years and the time goes by so fast. It's insane because 1 minute you're sitting down and you're like, damn, like I'm gonna be 21. You turn 21. You're like, damn, I'm gonna be 25 and be 18, and then the years just fly. So that's why it's important to count your blessings, because sometimes the things we take for granted are the very same things that we're eventually gonna lose. I'll never forget when Joan Collins said, "Nothing lasts forever," and it's true. Nothing lasts forever in its original form, ever. That good job you have, not gonna last. That income you have, not gonna last. Nothing lasts. Even the bad stuff. If you're going through a really hard time financially, debt, taxes, if you got a lot of shit on your mind because of like relationship stuff, it's not gonna last forever. Nothing lasts forever. So all you have to do is just accept that and move on. Let me find the Joan Collins clip. Let me see. I cannot find it because it's not some memorable quote. But I'll talk about this in small detail. Joan Collins from Dynasty once said, and she's like what 94 years old. Nothing lasts forever, and the best thing you can do is just create options for yourself. That's my best fucking guidance. Anyone watching that's younger than me, or anyone watching this that kind of just needs like a word of advice or just wants to have a piece, please make more options for yourself. Do something that gives you options. You know what I mean? If it means going back to school, do it. Get options. Options are really important. That's how you build relationships. Options is how you build relationships. Options is how you build yourself up. Options is how you have a soft landing for when the good thing in your life ends. It's kind of like when you think about that job you have, it's great and all, but network so that way you have options. It's good because let's say one day your job wakes up and says, yeah, we're going through another Panda Express. We're going through another pandemic. So, we got to let y'all go. You have a certification as a truck driver. You have this, you have that. You have options. You know what I mean? If one day you decide that you don't want to be a doctor anymore, look what Joan did. If you watch the show Girlfriends, Joan decided that she wanted to quit being a lawyer and she decided to pursue opening up a restaurant. Exercise your options, because that career you have that you think you're going to be at in the next 30, 40 years, and then you're eventually going to retire and be able to travel and do a bunch of shit, it's not going to last. Even this, you know what I mean? Like a lot of y'all watching me now, this right now won't last. It might triple actually, you know what I mean? And this isn't anything negative. What you have now, your opportunities, it might double. Like that job you have, you might be like, okay, they're paying me fine, they're paying me dust. It might triple. Your income might expand. Everything you have going on might get better. Your debt might get clear in the next 2 years. Those opportunities you thought you lost because of your attitude or shit was going through or bad timing, it might come back or something better might come. But thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you, Pistol Chan. It wasn't Mary Jane. I'm gonna talk about my scammer in a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna get into it a little bit because I've been on here for a while. I think I'll say, I see you love Brazil. I do love Brazil. It's so much fun. Oh my God, Bruna. I can tell you're Brazilian. Your name is definitely Brazilian as hell, Bruna. I love Brazil. I'm here right now. So for those of you who are Brazilian and y'all are wondering where I'm at, I'm in a city called Recife. Recife means reef in Portuguese. So it's spelled Recife. Recife is cool. It's just a less touristic version of a big capital beach city. It's just chill. Everything is cheaper here. I bought a bunch of groceries, and my groceries were like $100, but I bought so much shit. I bought olive oil. I bought like 2 platters of chicken. I bought a bunch of exotic fruit straight out the fucking Amazon. You know what I mean? Like, let me show you guys a few things. For example, I was really fucking blown away. Some of the fruits and vegetables that I was able to buy and I was able to get. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Boom. I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff I was able to buy. Let me see. Let me show you guys some of the stuff that I bought that just blow me away. So Brazil has access to the Amazon, as you guys know, and due to the Amazon, because again I'm in Brazil. I'm talking about my scam run a little bit. I just wanted to vent about how much I love Brazil and how much I fucking adore being here. Let me see. I think I should show you guys this. Oh Lord. Let me see. I'm trying to find this shit. So yeah, so because Brazil has access to so many crazy fucking ass resources, and they have the Amazon rainforest, because Brazil is the main country that has access to most of the Amazon. Ecuador has the Amazon, Bolivia, Colombia, they all have pieces of the Amazon. Guyana, but Brazil has literally like 60% of it. Let me see. So sometimes you guys know when you guys go on TikTok and you guys see all these fucking exotic fruits, all these exotic fruits and vegetables that like come from all these fucking crazy ass places, and then you go online to fucking order the shit, and then it'd be like fucking $50 for a fucking random case. I kid you not, I go into a fucking grocery store, I could literally buy the shit for like fucking $2. I'm like, are you kidding me? When I go online, I go on these random websites for all these fucking fruits and vegetables that grow in Guyana. I have to fucking pay a fucking arm and a leg just to fucking get it. And I get it because again, shipping costs, and then you gotta like pay all these fees and shit because again, the person who got it for you had to jump through hoops just to get it for you. So of course they want to make sure to get a profit. You go to New York City or you go anywhere in California, those fucking green coconuts that grow on coconut trees? Those coconuts are fucking like what? Like they're like 25, 30 cents in other countries. You go to Brazil or the Caribbean, they're like 30 cents. You go to Brazil and you tell somebody to open up a coconut for you, and then you could drink the fucking coconut water. That shit is like less than $1. It's like 75 cents if you speak the language and if you don't get scammed in a tourist area. I remember one dude told me he paid like $5 or some shit for a coconut, but I know it's like 75 to 80 cents. It's less than $1 coconut water, real coconut water from the source. Let me see. Ooh. Let me see. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna talk about my scam run a little bit. I'm just trying to hold on. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Is this it? Okay. Boom. Okay. So I'm gonna like actually show you guys some of the stuff that I was able to get. I'm gonna play this. Give me a second. Boom. 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 Here we go. I'm trying to play that shit so that way you guys can catch it. My bad, y'all. Ugh. So basically, I ended up getting my laptop fixed, and they put a new screen on it, but now it lags, so it's so fucking irritating. So frustrating. Ugh. I should fuck around and dispute the fucking charge in this case. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna finally insert it. I might as well. So this is some of the fruit that the vegetables I was able to get. Let me show y'all real quick. Give me a second. Boom, here we go. So this is me in Brazil. Three, two, crazy. I don't even know what this is. So that fruit is called. Let me see. I forgot what it's called, but this fruit is called. So basically, the inside is like a custard creamy filling, and they just casually have shit like that in the grocery store. And that fruit is native to the Amazon. You can only find it in the Amazon rainforest, which again provides the world of like what over 25% of its oxygen. Yeah, that Amazon rainforest has a lot of powerful resources. Most people have never fully explored it, and there's a lot of cures for illnesses that are being discovered. Like a lot of antibiotics comes from the Amazon rainforest. So yeah, Brazil has a lot of very powerful fucking resources. The Portuguese fucking had that shit on lock. And then cacao, look at this. So this is the cacao fruit. This is where chocolate comes from. When you open a cacao fruit, it's like a squishy white filling, and this is just casually sitting around in fucking grocery stores. I think that's so fucking crazy. So, anyways, let me not get too sidetracked because I see people are asking me other questions. Let me see. Let me answer some of y'all questions. I'm gonna answer the whole scammer stuff. I just want to make sure enough people are in here so I can talk about it. Okay, so let me talk about the scammer stuff. So now that I have y'all in here, so basically, if y'all didn't know, a couple days ago, not a couple days ago, a couple months, like 2 months ago, I made a video about somebody scamming me. Where, long story short, I talked about how on my birthday, somebody requested about $100. This is when I was new to Cash App. A lot of people were sending me Cash Apps, like $1 here, $2 here, $5 here. Like a good amount of you guys sent Cash Apps, which I greatly appreciated. If you did send a Cash App to me 1 year on my birthday, I thanked everybody. I sent hearts, and then one person sent "Happy Birthday, Choice." I clicked on it, and I was like, "Wait, why does it say to accept? Are they trying to send me $100 for me to accept them trying to send me money?" I clicked accept, and then randomly it just took $100 from the balance. I had made over $100. People just sending me love and sending me Cash Apps for birthday wishes, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then they replied with a heart. And I talked about this in my last live stream. If you want full context, go to my other live stream where I talked about my scammer now wants to fight me. Like, just go watch that old live stream I did. Go to the live tab on my YouTube channel and you'll see it. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? So yeah, somebody requested $100 from me on my birthday, and I accidentally clicked accept. And I was like, okay, I'm already fucking irritated. This person just played in my face, and now they're sending a heart because I clicked accept. This person was clearly trying to be conniving and was clearly trying to throw me off and confuse me. So long story short, I decided to talk about it. Mind you, this all happened 6 years ago. Yes, I know, petty as fuck talking about something. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you scam me and play in my face, I'm gonna keep the same energy every single chance I get. If you scam me, take some shit from me, and you should feel the same way too if somebody scams you. So I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about this 6 years later. I don't give a fuck. I talked about it, and I even showed the person's Cash App name. I showed the person's Cash App name, and the person's name was like fucking Marcel or some shit. And long story short, I showed it in a video when I was giving you guys an example of how people will try to scam you and play with you and like try to grift on you. And then I did a live stream about it because that video incited a lot of y'all to go look for that person. This person's name is Marcel. You guys went looking for Marcel because, hold on, because his name was very distinct. His Cash App name had Marcel something something, and it showed his first name and his last name or some shit. You guys searched him up, looked on Google, found his LinkedIn. You guys found out where he worked. You guys commented on his Facebook. I think some of y'all might even have reached out to like people that he worked for and a bunch of shit. And then he went on Instagram being like, I don't know who Choice is. I don't nobody no money. They said something along the lines of, and people online are so bold and so ballsy. Y'all better watch y'all mouths because I won't be watching my hands. A lot of y'all screenshot of that and sent it to me. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna make this a whole live stream because I just subtly mentioned this person in one of my videos as I was showing an example, and now this person is saying funny shit about how people need to wash their mouth because they won't wash their hands. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. So then this is the point, right? A lot of you are asking, what's the point of this? So a month after I did that video, guess what happened? My Cash App is fucking disabled. Why? I have no fucking idea. Again, I don't have any fucking physical evidence that this Marcel person shut down my Cash App. All I do know is a month exactly, my Cash App gets shut down. So I assume that this person probably reported me to Cash App, or they fucking screen recorded or said some shit about my video, and they got my Cash App. And Cash App randomly woke up one day and said, "We're shutting you down." And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've used Cash App for years. You know what I mean? Like a lot of you have sent me birthday love with Cash App, and this is happening. Are you fucking kidding me? So yes, at the end of June, my Cash App was shut down, and it's crazy because at the end of May, I made that story time about how somebody played in my face on Cash App. So yes, my Cash App is now disabled, and I'm not sure why to be exact, but I did contact Cash App and I said, "Hey, what's going on? Why my Cash App shut down?" They basically said we decided to shut it down just for the sole purpose of shutting it down because we felt like you violated our standards and rules. I'm like, how? They couldn't explain. So then I reached out to some type of like federal company where they demand you to respond when you shut down somebody's banking info or like money transfer stuff. And then I reached out to this one company, and this one company reached out on my behalf, and they still said, due to our rules and obligations, we are allowed to shut down whatever Cash App account we decide is worth shutting down. And that was their response, and then that's it. So I haven't got my Cash App back, and they won't even tell me why. So my Cash App is gone. I don't have no Cash App because this person probably reported me to Cash App. And I kid you not, my Cash App got shut down literally 3.5 weeks, literally to 4 weeks after I did that fucking video. So that's frustrating. Again, I don't have full fucking like proof this person did it, but what a fucking coincidence that 3 weeks later my Cash App gets shut down. So I hope that I can get it back. But yeah, I don't have access to Cash App, and I bought that up. And the reason why I mentioned that earlier, I put my Zelle right here. That's where this connects, because if you want to send me some birthday love, which again you don't have to show love with just leaving a like and just being here, just even you watching me just showing love, you can send me a Zelle or some shit if you're from the States. If you're from overseas, you can send a PayPal. It's not this Gmail, it's another Gmail. It's my normal Gmail without the TV at the end. So it's just destinedchoice@gmail.com for PayPal or whatever the fuck. I don't care. If you send me something great, if not, I appreciate you regardless. But yeah, my Cash App is gone. And that's the story with that. So I'm really upset, and there's nothing I can do. So now I'm just sitting patiently and just trying to see what I can do to get it back. So that's what happened, and that's how my scammer ended up retaliating. So yes, my scammer wants to act like they have no idea who the fuck I am, and they want to act like I'm just making shit up, and I'm just making some shit up out of my fucking ass, and I'm just fucking crazy, even though I have legit receipts that they definitely have interacted with me before on social media, that they definitely did send that request, and now they want to play stupid. But it's fine because again, karma's a bitch, and I'm happy I was able to do it. And again, I wanted to get on here and shout out to somebody. After I did my video talking about how somebody, played in my face and took $100 from my Cash App balance. I was somebody was kind enough to actually reimburse me, which was so thoughtful. Let me find this person's name on my. Oh wait, I deleted the fucking Cash App. Cash App pissed me off so much I deleted the fucking Cash App. But somebody actually was nice enough to send me $100 as a donation, showing love to my life, and then also reimbursing me for somebody fucking me over and trying to hustle me. So I appreciate that. And if you're watching this, I want to show you mad love, and I appreciate you. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I have not read a lot of these. Fuck. I did not read a lot of these messages. Been here since the bucket hat days. I appreciate you. Hey Choice, happy belated birthday. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Someone said I'll start buying silk pillowcases. Silk pillowcases. Someone said cover the new YouTube lady Nardos Daily. Nardos Daily. So Nardos is a popular Instagrammer girl. I remember I know her because she makes a lot of videos and content about her child's father, um, just not being supportive, and a lot of her fan base are. Sorry, the time zone is fucked up over here. So right now it's like late at night for a lot of y'all, but for me it's like literally damn near 1 a.m. because I'm in Brazil. So and I know for some of y'all watching this in Europe, it's probably like maybe like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning. But anyways, did you hear about the EDP documentary? What's the fuck is EDP, EPP, EDC? What is that? Someone said, Choice, where have you been? I start college on Monday. I need my emotional support. Listen, I'm back with content. So, yes, just to give you guys some clarity, I will be back on my content shit. And again, I appreciate the fact that 500 people rolled in this bitch. That's a lot of fucking people that were in here. People are sporadically leaving, but then as people are leaving, people are coming back. Oh my God. If I didn't read your super chat, give me some time. I'm just not paying attention. Thank you for the super chat, Zizi. Happy birthday, Choice. My baby girl is August 15. Oh my God. Well, happy birthday to your daughter and show mad love to her. And thank you for the nice super chat. I appreciate you, a real one. And thank you for the love. But yes, happy birthday to her. Hope she's doing amazing. And matter of fact, you're already blessed because she's a Leo. So there you go. Let me see. Okay. So someone said, why not prep, aka eating leftovers? You trying to be funny, bitch? So basically, for context, when I was a fat bitch, when I was a fat motherfucker, this is what this person is talking about. I said in my video where I gained a lot of weight, where so basically I gained hella weight when I was younger, and a lot of my videos you can see that I was heavier. If you go back to my videos from 5+ years ago, I was big as shit. And the reason why I was big as shit was because, it wasn't the mukbangs. It was the fact that I was just constantly at my computer, at home, doing my thing, filming videos, and just in survival mode, just trying to like create content and build my brand. Long story short, it was a weird moment where I didn't really leave the house too much. I was just always inside, just editing, doing what I had to do to just build my brand. And it worked out, thank God. But there were moments where when I would order food, I was at least spending $600 a month on eating out and ordering out. And instead of actually cooking food and buying groceries, I would buy groceries, but when I would always buy food from DoorDash and food delivery apps, I would meal prep my leftovers. So if I bought like, a big box of like Popeye's chicken, or if I bought like some lomo saltado from a Peruvian restaurant, or if I got some pasta from an Italian restaurant, or if my big ass wanted to say, you know what, I need to get like a frozen custard, frozen ice cream. I need to get me a deep fried ice cream. I would order that, and then I would eat whatever I could while I'm at my computer editing, and then I would use whatever I could to do my mukbangs. You guys don't always have like food in front of me just to be like fucking extra and crazy, and then I would like meal prep it. So I'd be like, okay, I have leftover McDonald's from this day. I have leftover Chick-fil-A from this. I have leftover like Popeye's chicken from this. I have leftover like rotisserie chicken that I got from this fucking Cuban restaurant. I got leftover like, pepper salad I got from this Guatemalan spot. I'm gonna just like store it. I'm gonna meal prep it and store it and put all that shit in my fridge. So I was literally meal prepping my leftovers when I would I had literal moments where I would order multiple things at once. I would be like, like I want to order some fucking Cuban food. And I'd be like, Cuban food taking too long to get here. So I need to fucking order some Jamaican food so that way that can come quicker because the Jamaican restaurant's close to the Cuban restaurant. And the Cuban restaurant sometimes takes too long because they cook things to order. So I would have like 3 things sometimes coming to me. Like I would have like a box of pizza, I'd have some Jamaican food, and then I would have some like chicken fingers from like this fucking like family owned restaurant. And then I would like be like, okay, cool. Like, let me meal prep it. Let me put all that stuff in the fridge. Or I would leave it like in the doggy bag or leave it in the to go box. And I'd be like, okay, I got some Chinese food for here. I got some Indian food for here. And I got some Chick-fil-A or like, I don't even like Chick-fil-A. Why did I say Chick-fil-A? Or I got some fast food here. I'm going to put that bitch right in my fridge. And I'm going to eat it when I eat it and get to when I get to it. So yeah, I was meal prepping my fucking to go food and eating that, and I wasn't cooking shit. So yeah, that's the reality of how I became a big fat big back bitch and did not fucking care. Airbnb is better than the motherfucking hotel sometimes. You're paying 200 a night for a closet when you could be at least have a kitchen and dryer. Like what the fuck? Exactly. A lot of times that's why I like Airbnbs. They're more convenient and more affordable. Choice, have you gone to the doctor for an overall health checkup? No. Alcohol can not as of recently. Alcohol can give fatty liver disease, and it's so easy to get that disease because you don't even need to drink alcohol consistently to get it. Oh wow. Okay. A health checkup would be nice. I should definitely prioritize that and definitely go on my way to get that done. It's okay. A little weight never hurt anyone. Maybe we should invest in skinny cocktails. I really like lemon drops. Lemon drops are phenomenal. They are godsend. Are bars like what they show in the films? In LA, yes. In New York City, yes. In Chicago, yes. In Houston, yes. You lost weight. Once you can do it again. Sure, wherever you. Anyways, let me see. Right, I'm glad I never got bit by a liquor bug. I like to drink, but in moderation. Sometimes I get almost super high. Yeah, honestly, that's a good one. I mean, I can go a week or 2 weeks without a drink, but that's usually max. I love a good drink every once in a while. Like this is actually liquor, but it's basically mashed up watermelon. So I got something called cachaça, right? So I'm gonna actually show you guys that right now. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna show you guys that. So this is called cachaça. This is basically distilled sugarcane. So basically, they turn distilled sugarcane into liquor, into alcohol, and they just make the most out of it. And they turn it into alcohol, and it literally sits distilled for months, sometimes years, and it's like a smooth liquor. It's literally patented and owned by Brazil, so only Brazil can technically serve cachaça. It's smooth, very very smooth, and it gets you drunk really really fast. And it's also about 40% alcohol, so it can be a little bit intense for some people, many people. I'm going to go on a watermelon diet or something. You should. I like MJ better, but no hangover still makes me eat though. Well, belly fat is the most stubborn than other body areas. I can see that. As long as I'm working out, I stop caring. LOL. Happy birthday, my love. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. My bad. I don't know why I just read two comments at once. You can buy fruit, nuts for snacks. Yeah, trail mix is good. That's what I did. Do you eat Italian food? No, I don't really care for Italian food. Whole Foods are great. The drugs be keeping the girls thin in America. Ozempic got these hoes acting like they just got off the table from getting their second BBL. I bought cut up pineapple to the movie theater yesterday while everyone else ate the junk food and sodas. I don't even like ordering candy at the movie theater. It's just cancerous waste of money. It's so expensive. Like why am I paying like $7 for a box of candy? It's ridiculous. I don't even like movie theater candy because it just feels like I'm paying a premium for. I feel like a lot of us are just munching on shit because of just boredom. I don't like. I mean, I'll get a hot dog, sure, but I'm not getting a slushy. I just can't do the slushies. I can't do that. I just give me a water and that's it, and I'll eat before I go, or I'll bring my own food. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all are mad kind. I love have mad love for y'all. Someone said you ain't no 45. Maybe you'll never know. Starvation destroys your metabolism and it makes weight loss harder. Yeah, I wish somebody taught me that. You can eat, just be careful what you eat and how much you eat. Exactly. Thank you for your vulnerability. No problem. So, oh my bad. I'm like super late with reading some of these. I'm sorry. You said your mom would give you McDonald's 3 times a day, and then she would make comments all the time about you and your weight. That's you're like, yeah. When I smoke the leaf, when you smoke trees, it helps with weight loss. I respect that. Sounds about right. Fasting does not change eating habits. Family Guy. Yeah, true. That's fucked up. Well, I hope you healed. Hey, Diva. Yeah, sure. That's fucked up. Yeah. Don't show it, Troy. These hoes might report your channel. I won't. Happy born day. Thank you so much. Someone said Wu Chow ain't no way you were that impressionable as a kid. But kids can be impressionable. You'd be surprised. Again, a 9-year old can be very impressionable, especially when they don't grow up with strong figures and people they can look up to. You're tired of being skinny, give you the fat. Oh, the amount of sugar you consumed made you feel heavier and sick. Yeah, it just catches up with you after a while. That's just what sugar does. It has a habit of doing that. Wait, someone said let they catch you not paying credit with them on or valid proof of scamming, they can't shut your account down. Oop, my bad. So I'm just like literally scrolling because again, a lot of you who just came in, you're gonna have to watch the playback because we did cover a lot of topics that I discussed. Someone said why I can't be. Let me see. I'm trying to break myself off the ginger ales again. At least it's not dark. So, yeah, honestly, I don't drink soda. I drink mostly water. Water is just the main thing that I drink. So that did help a lot with weight loss. Someone said I'm in Brazil. Yes, I'm in Brazil. For everyone that keeps asking, I'm in Brazil. Yes. Okay, sorry. Again, a lot of y'all are probably wondering, like, why is he just sitting there? I'm reading some of these comments, trying to catch up with them. Cash App is constantly getting sued. Brazil has strict consumer laws like the US. The same thing happened. Yo, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Let me see. Scammers are always trying to play like people are crazy. Yeah, of course. Like, how else would they try to like make it seem like they're the victim? Yeah. It just happens when people do you wrong. They have to play it. Oh my god! Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Soul Stoic 2026. Happy birthday! I appreciate the birthday wish. Thank you so much for showing love, and thank you so much for coming to the live stream. Whoever you send money to, account was probably associated with scams. It's hard to eat healthy, especially when you don't take time to prep. I drink a 64 ounce of water and another half of that. Too much water can affect your sodium and sugar levels sometimes. White TikTok has a term called skinny fat. It just sounds like an insulting way to say thick. I'm sorry, skinny fat is crazy. How is healthcare in Brazil? Healthcare is mostly free. It's just a lot of the public systems here. They have a lot of hospitals. It just depends on the city you're in and the state you're in, but most times, yes, Brazil does have a pretty good healthcare system. Most people can get vaccinations for free, checkups for free, a lot of stuff. Even some things like Botox and all that stuff is not that expensive. It's a lot of stuff that they have here. They have a lot of access. Healthcare here isn't bad. I'll tell you that right now. From what I've observed, somebody who's Brazilian might have a different perspective, but yeah, it's mostly free, and college is also free out here in Brazil too. So basically, in when you're in high school, when you're a teenager, if you pass like a really difficult and prestigious exam that shows that you can follow context clues and you know follow directions and understand basic math and basic literature, you can get into college. In America, you take the SAT or the ACT or any fucking shit and then you get into a university. In Brazil, they pass an exam after high school or while they're in high school and then they get into a good college that they decide to apply to. And a lot of those colleges, if not all of them, are all free. There's private universities where you got to pay something, but it's free. I mean, of course, you got to pay for like having somewhere to stay and your food and shit like that. Like all that stuff's not included. You don't get like a meal budget, but getting into college and the classes free, completely free. And I think you got to pay for your books, but I don't think the books are that expensive compared to the states. But yeah, that's crazy. Meanwhile, in the states, man, getting into college, you're paying at least $25,000 a year just to get into a decent college, just to get into a really great college. And then if you're lucky, you might find a good college, but on average, you're gonna pay at least $12,000 to $15,000 a year. And also, healthcare is reasonable in Brazil because, yeah, giving birth is free. In America, that's not the case. In America, you have to drop at least 50 G's to give birth. Because the doctors got to get paid. So happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Three Teens. I appreciate you. Oh, that sounds amazing. Zincy said, "Hey Choice, I'm making honey pineapple jerk salmon with asparagus and white rice right now. Am I big bag? Yes, you are. Yes, but I ain't eat all day. You need to come to New York. I need to cook for you. That's amazing. Okay, I am down to cook. I'm so down. I'm still open to that. I was in Queens, New York. I forgot why I didn't follow up with you when I was in New York. I was in Queens. You gave me recommendations, but I don't think it was a proper time. But yeah, I was in New York and I think the timing was just bad. But you definitely did give me recommendations on where to go. I just don't really remember what happened with that. But yes, when I'm in New York City, which I definitely will be soon, I will contact you and we can do a meeting point, chat for a bit. I'm down. I would love to try your food because you said you're a cook, and I'm down to put you through the test. Somebody said no processed foods, cut down on those carbs, refined and unrefined. And yes, intermittent fasting does work. We really don't need these 3 meals a day, although many of us were brought up that way. Lemon water in the morning does wonders. I actually am not, because you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not as consistent with my lemon water as I used to be, but I definitely still do consume lemon water. Sea moss, big part of my weight loss journey, and I'm definitely still gonna get back on it. But yes, I'm obviously not like super, super big like I used to be, like it's obvious. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut back on the eating out. And a lot of the eating out comes from really just traveling, sadly. So I want to get on here because I know a lot of y'all came in. Early in this live, I was discussing some of the things that I learned in particular about just life, friendships, connections, and more. I've learned a lot about what I will and won't tolerate, and some of the things I won't tolerate are when somebody shows you that they don't really care for you, you gotta just pay attention and just proceed with caution and just take a mental note. Because there's sometimes when people really show you how they feel about you based on how they treat you. You know what I mean? This goes for friendships, people who you are talking to, dating, partners. People show you how they feel about you. If they really don't fuck with you or care for you, their actions will show you that. And sometimes we just want somebody to outright say some shit. But sometimes you just gotta pay attention to what they're doing and like how they're treating you and how someone treats you and what they do tells you more than anything in the world. So that's what I definitely learned. I had a very negative habit of just not being able to call out people who, I considered or thought were friends out for doing things that were just cruel or not treating me like a friend or being thoughtful and a bunch of shit. So I would definitely say, looking back, I definitely learned my lesson. I definitely be as open. I used to be very chill, like yeah, whatever, like I'll pay for everybody, like yeah, come along, let's hang out. I definitely feel like I have to put a stop to that because sometimes you have to arrive. Sometimes you have to learn your lesson a million times in order to know that you cannot sometimes give people leverage or an opportunity to take advantage of you because sometimes they very much so will. It's kind of like you ever date somebody and they tell you straight up, like, oh, yeah, we don't need a label. We'll just see where things go. You're giving somebody a contract, not a contract. You're giving somebody an opportunity to eventually take advantage and waste your fucking time. You can't give somebody leeway or space to take advantage. And that goes for things such as inviting people into your home and letting people in. There was this one situation where I had someone who I thought was a friend, letting them stay with me for a little bit. I let them like live in my apartment, not like live permanently, but whenever they'd be visiting LA and they wanted to get work done, I say, oh yeah, fine, why not? Basically, let me tell you guys a funny story. I knew a guy a long time ago who one time said to me, like, he had one little situation where he was staying with somebody, like a friend or whatever, but he burnt that bridge. I didn't think to ask why, but they burnt a bridge of who they were living with. This person um, came to me one day. We were sitting down having dinner, and they had said to me, they were like eating, and they were like, yeah, I'm not living in LA anymore. I'm like doing my thing in a different city. I'm like in Miami, and then I'm leaving Miami because I'm like going back to go live with like my parents. But it's so crazy because I got to come back to LA sometimes to like get stuff done and rectify and handle stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. And they're like, yo, and Troy, I know, I know you got so much space in your apartment and you're never there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have a lot of space. And he was like, oh my god, Troy, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what I was gonna do when I came back to LA. Like I really did need somewhere to stay. Thank you so much. And I was like, I mean, yeah, you can stay. But I just thought that was weird as fuck that they did that. But yeah, someone that I was cool with did that. They ended up not really being much of a friend. But a while ago, yeah, a long time ago, not even that long ago, someone pulled some stupid shit. I was cool with them. They were cool. It was all love. It was chill. And I was letting somebody stay in my apartment on and off. Like they, would go home, like doing their thing, living their best life, do their thing. They were living with their parents for a bit. And then when they would come to LA to handle stuff because they're in the entertainment industry, they would come to LA, do their thing, do their fun stuff, do their meetings, catch up people. They're like in the Hollywood world, and then they would like leave LA. So I would let them like sleep on my couch for a little bit, and then when I would come back, or when their 3, 4, 5 days, 2 weeks were up, they would leave. So I thought, whatever, no harm, no foul. Like it all started off with them, staying there for 2, 3 days. Okay, cool, why not? Like I'm literally upstairs in my room editing, getting content done. You get my couch, you're never home because you're always doing like meetings, networking, and then you go right back home. Why not? I let somebody stay with me and just use my apartment as like an occasional hotel, right? And it was free, right? Free of charge. This person thought it was fucking appropriate to disrespect my home. Now, there's certain things that I will not share on the internet because, again, you just never fucking know. But here's one of the stories that I ended up finding out the hard way. So basically, I have a roommate. I have a roommate who someone that I know from a long time ago. I let them rent out one of my bedrooms. I have always lived alone, since fucking like what, since my early 20s. I don't really do roommates. But since I'm never home, I was like, well, I got this 2-bedroom apartment. I use the second bedroom for like, filming as an office space, and I use the other bedroom for sleeping. I might as well just rent my office space in my 2-bedroom apartment, just let somebody, stay there or whatever. Right? Are you following along? Because this story gets really interesting. So it's like whatever, like I'll just like let a roommate rent that out. I let somebody rent that out, and that roommate who I let live with me told me, yo, your boy that's living here, he's on some weird shit. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. So he got locked out because his ass was drunk and he ended up like losing your spare key that you let him use. I'm like, what? So he was like, yeah, he did. And also, I was sleeping, so I couldn't let him in. So at 3 a.m., he was like knocking on the door, and I was sleeping, so I didn't know your boy was outside. I'm like, what? And then he basically told me that, Choice, while you were gone and while you were away, this dude that you have sleeping on your couch that you're cool with changed the fucking locks. I was like, what? So basically, yeah, I let somebody stay in my spot for a little bit because I was cool with them. I thought they was chill, I thought they were trustworthy. This was a while ago. And long story short, because they got locked out and lost their key because they went to the club and they got super lit and lost my key, they couldn't get into the apartment. My roommate, who I rented my extra bedroom to, was sleeping. He decides to call a locksmith. Yes, somebody who I thought I could trust was sleeping on my fucking couch. Everything, right? lost the key, and they call a fucking locksmith, and the locksmith literally dismantles and takes out my entire fucking lock, right? They dismantled the fucking lock because this dumbass person that I let live with me for a little bit didn't know how to wait for me to respond to my phone. They texted me saying, "Yo, Choice, I'm locked out. I'm on a fucking plane. I'm literally on my way to fucking Italy so I can like catch my connecting flight to Morocco." I didn't see his fucking text because I'm in the fucking plane, right? So boom, I get off the flight literally within like 10 hours, 8 hours, I mean, something like that. And long story short, I say, "Oh my God, are you good? Did you get in safely? Is everything fine? Maybe I can text my roommate to let you in." He goes, "No, don't worry, I figured it out." And I let it go. Then my roommate eventually opened up and told me, yeah, he literally changed the locks. He had a whole locksmith dismantle the whole lock, and then he decided to just give me a key and give himself a key because in his head he thought that he rectified it. So yeah, he changed the locks of the apartment. So yeah, somebody changed my locks. That's what happened. That's the gist of the story that I was going. And I learned, oh my God, what the fuck was I thinking? Anyways, there's more to the story. This person also went as far as to actually invite their friends in my apartment. And this person was bragging and saying, "Yeah, this is my spot. Like, this is what I'm doing, bro. Like, I'm doing my thing out here in LA." They were literally inviting people in my fucking crib. Like, this was like fucking MTV Cribs or some shit. And then they went as far as to allow one of those people that they were inviting to my home. Yes, someone that I let sleep on my couch for free, that I let enjoy my apartment for free, right? Y'all catching this, right? Someone that I let stay in my apartment for free, that I let crash on my fucking couch, changed my locks because they got locked out and they were too scared to tell me that they lost my key. So they ended up literally, and what's crazy is when they changed my locks, they only changed so the locksmith drilled off the I think it was the bottom lock. So I have two locks. I have the top one, the bottom one, and the one key that I always use covers the top and the bottom. The click, 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 click. This motherfucker that I let sleep on my couch for free only changed the bottom lock. So basically, we needed two fucking keys. So now we needed two fucking. So he changed the lock, but didn't have one identical key that unlocked both doorknobs, unlocked both locks. He got two separate locks. One that was already there, and then the other one that was at the bottom. So for clarity, I think he lost one of the. I don't fucking know. Anyways, yeah, he fucking got like one lock and then a different lock. It was some other stupid random shit. I don't fucking know. Long story short, yeah, changed my locks, and then he was like bragging to like he had invited people to my roommate was telling me my roommate, the guy that I know that I rented on my extra bedroom to, he eventually told me this because my roommate, we're not fucking friends. We don't talk to each other every day, so I didn't really know about this stuff. My roommate was like, yeah, and I heard him downstairs while I was in my room just chilling, handling my stuff on just being in my room by myself. I heard him telling like random people that he invited. I heard like 5 voices late at night, and he was like telling them like, "Yo, bro, this is my spot. I'm doing my thing out here in LA. Whenever I come to LA, I always got a spot to go to." And he was telling people this shit. So then this bitch ass nigga went as far as to like literally let one of those people bring their dogs into my fucking apartment. For context, dogs are not allowed in my apartment, right? At all. My landlord doesn't like dogs because again, for his rules. So he allowed somebody to bring a dog in my apartment, and then he locked the dog in the fucking bathroom because they were gonna go out and go do something or whatever, right? I guess they wanted a fucking sit. I guess they couldn't afford a fucking dog sitter. So this bitch ass his bitch ass allowed one of his homegirls to leave her fucking dog in my bathroom. Lock the dog, not lock the dog, but like shut the door and left the dog in the bathroom. And then my roommate got up randomly to like go use the bathroom. He gets up to use the bathroom and he sees like a puppy, like a dog, just chilling there, just sitting there and like sniffing at his feet. And then he shut the door and then just went back to bed. But he couldn't even fucking go pee and go use the fucking restroom because somebody had a fucking dog in the fucking restroom, in my fucking restroom. And I didn't even know these things. I didn't know these things at all. I specifically told that person I was cool with, yo, just have respect, throw your trash out, clean up after yourself. Like, I fuck with you, be cool. But, just make sure you take care of my spot. Like, I fuck with you. Like, I know you need somewhere to stay, we cool, you cool people. Just take care of my spot, we cool. Like, that's all I said. And they were doing things behind my back. and yet they have somewhere free to fucking stay. That's a shame. That's a real fucking shame. So I ended up finding this all out. Lo and behold, shit hit the fan. That's another story for a different day because my roommate got to a point where he couldn't fucking take it anymore. That's a long story. Not gonna get into that. But long story short, my roommate finally blew up and was just like, "Bro, your boy that's here is just weird. He's just annoying as fuck." And then I'm like, wait, what? Wait. He had a dog in my apartment and didn't tell me. Wait, they changed my fucking logs. Why the fuck would they do that? But then they're casually texting me saying, "Have a good trip, Choice. Hope you enjoy yourself." Why the fuck would they do that? You know what? Hold on. Let me make a quick phone call real quick. Thank Rumi for giving me an update. Yeah. What's going on? What do you mean? Why are my locks changed? My roommate telling me that you changed my locks. He's like, Choice, I thought I told you. No, you did not tell me because I would have remembered changing my fucking locks to get into my fucking apartment. And had you mentioned it, I would have definitely told you, hell no, don't change my fucking locks. So long story short, damn, hold on. I'm at 20% of my laptop. Long story short, he's like, "Oh, I thought I told you." And I'm like, "No, you did not fucking tell me. That's weird." And then he was just like, "Okay, well, yeah, yes, I did change the logs, and yes, I apologize for not saying anything about that. But okay, yeah, like, I basically changed the locks because, I need to get to the apartment, and I felt bad that I lost the key, and I just didn't say anything." And I was like, "Okay, cool. So is my doorknob damaged?" He's like, "No, everything's fine. Like, yes, the locksmith changed the locks, but your shit is fine. Like, I put your spare key back where it was, and the top lock is still the same as your old key because I something about like, oh, I don't fucking know. Like the top lock is the same as your old key. Like I made a copy of your roommate's key that he has because your roommate was sleeping. Your roommate can let me in, and then the bottom lock, the little doorknob part, like that part had to be changed because they had to drill off the entire doorknob." So I'm already frustrated as hell. And eventually I told this person, "Okay, cool. Well, honestly, I'm already irritated. I mentioned something else that my roommate told me because he did some other disrespectful shit, which is a long story. We're not even gonna get into that. That's a whole other separate subject. We're not gonna talk about that. No, unless you want that story, yeah, never mind. Anyways, basically, I said, "Well, you have to get out because my roommate finds you annoying. So you need to respectfully leave." And that's not cool. And that's some weird shit because my roommate feels comfortable in my spot and he's cool with me and he stayed with me. And you're doing stupid shit around my roommate and annoying him and you doing this, you gotta go. And he was like, he literally said on the phone, "Fuck. Okay, Choice, I understand." And then that was it. And then he got his shit and got the fuck out. I told him straight up, put my key exactly where the fuck you found it in the little spare area. Put that shit exactly where you found it, and yeah, get the hell out. And then eventually, I called this person when they told me that they left, and I told them straight up, "Yo, you want some weird shit? I don't fuck with you. You're weird as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my distance from you and fuck out of here." And then I never spoke to them ever again after that. So yeah, I definitely cut that person off when they disrespected my home like that, and that's what happened. So that story that I've just brought up is just a brief example of, you can be cool with somebody, but like letting people stay in your spot and being open with your stuff and sharing your blessings, you can't always do that because sometimes the blessings you have are strictly for you. They're for you for a reason. Some things, if you let people have them or you share them, rather it be your car, rather it be your opportunities, rather it be your space, you give people an opportunity to disrespect you. Like, don't give people an opportunity if you really value them or really, honestly, even if you trust somebody, you know what I mean? Like, it could be like a family or anyone, you know what I mean? Like, it could be like a friend that you've known for 5 years. Just, don't be so generous with everything you have because some people will happily take, happily ask. And guess what? You'll never end up talking to them again when you offer them shit or let them use your shit if they disrespect it. Like, if you know that you're never gonna fuck with somebody again, if they fumble or disrespect some shit that you have, maybe don't let them use it. Maybe don't let them have access to it. So yeah, that's the story. And I get what some of y'all are saying. Oh my God, why would you let somebody like, why are you sharing your space? You're way too nice. You're way too When you think you fuck with somebody, you cool with somebody, you think, oh yeah, like I've known you for like a good 2 years. You cool peoples, you've always shown love. Why not? Like, you're cool, like you're good vibes, you're chill. But for someone to do some shit like that and try to hide it from me, oh hell nah. You're on some shady ass sketchy ass, evil ass shit. Like now I really know that if you're willing to lie about little petty shit like that, what else are you playing my face in? What else are you lying about? So yeah, that's what the fuck happened. And there's more to that story, but again, that's just the gist of why I had to cut that person off. So that's what I'll tell and I'll share. If you guys want the full story, maybe I'll share that full story. But that's the gist of it. Anyway, let me read some of y'all comments. Yes, giving birth to C-sections. Someone said choice gun no Zempic. Absolutely the fuck not. See, I went yesterday. It was lovely. Mind you, I was alone. Everyone's so sweet. It's so calm. Vibe, drinks, fire. Food is good depending on what you order, and vibe is tea. Okay, let me see. Honestly, as a water drinker, I think that most people who don't like water just need to find one that works for them, except Arrowhead water. You're demonic if you like it. What's wrong with Arrowhead water? Happy belated birthday, Choice. Wishing you many more, friend, all the way from DC. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Dasani is, oh, I hate Dasani. Dasani is literally, ugh, I don't like Dasani. It tastes so funny to me. Happy belated birthday. Wishing you many more, friend, all the way from DC. I already read that. Thanks for the super chat. Oh my God. Thank you, Antoinette. Oh, I love you from Scarborough. Happy birthday. Mad love to Scarborough. Mad love to Canada, Toronto. Love y'all. I just graduated from college, so I'm poor, but happy birthday. Oh my God. Well, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you to anyone that sends anything. I don't expect anything, but I appreciate whatever someone does. And even if you can't, send anything, that's fine. Just leave a like on this live stream. If you're watching this, could y'all all leave a like on this live stream at this very moment? I appreciate that. And honestly, if you can't even leave a like, just you viewing this is just enough love. But anyways, so let me see. Let me read some of y'all feedback about my story time. Again, thank you, Antoinette. I'm sorry for not. I know I said thank you again, but just thank you again. I appreciate you. Someone said not befriending a squatter. That's the thing. He didn't live in California. He was casually coming for work, casually coming, but just didn't want to fucking pay for a hotel because they didn't have the funds to pay for a hotel. Somebody said that person was probably just jealous of your life. Probably. I can't stand when people clock what you have or what you're doing. It takes a lot to disconnect and realize they're off for even noticing. You'd be surprised what aspects of your life others envy. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes. And this goes for anybody in life. If you have a good husband, if you have a good life, if you have a good body, if you have anything positive, you'd be surprised how many people envy it and are resentful towards it. Yeah, California squatters do have rights. You were removed from a friend group trying to do better for me. I gave one of them a job and she embarrassed me. Never again. They said I insulted them, but can't say what I said. Yikes. Maybe I'll work it out someday, and if not, you just keep it moving. What do you think contributed to you gaining extra weight? Honestly, while traveling and eating out constantly, just a gut, slight little gut, but I'm doing fine. Yes, you're right. Oh, his ass would have been out. What the fuck? Oh wow, no boundaries. Yeah, I definitely learned my lesson. Nolan Wells, I'm not educated about that. Y'all keep asking about Nolan Wells and what do I think about it. I don't even know what a Nolan Wells is. I'll just ask ChatGPT about it later. Actually, not. That actually is smart though, because if they lost it, it means someone could have stole it. Yeah. Oh, also, yeah. So for clarity about that story that I just told, I rechanged my locks. So yes, yeah, I don't play that shit. First of all, as soon as someone changed my fucking lock, that motherfucker changed my fucking locks, I was like, oh hell nah. I changed my locks eventually, not right away, but eventually I did change my locks, and I was like, nah, fuck that. You bitch, like, no, fuck that. Okay, I gotta rechange my locks because I don't know what the fuck you're on. I don't know if somebody stole the fucking key when you weren't fucking paying attention. So I rechanged my locks and I cut that person off and never spoke to them after that. Oh, they definitely planned that. I don't think they planned it. I think they were just stupid. The audacity, the dumb shit people do. Grown adults not communicating about basic stuff is crazy. Panicking and doing that is already bad. But being an adult and not tell you is crazy. Yep. No, I'm not 45. I'm crying, Joyce. You are way too nice and generous. Yeah, I'm definitely realizing stop. Not MTV Cribs. Locksmith ain't shit. Exactly. So how the fuck does a locksmith change my fucking locks and I'm not even home? You know what I mean? Like locksmith's supposed to ask for a lease or proof that you live somewhere. Why the fuck would a locksmith change your fucking lock? You know, like why the fuck would a locksmith even do that? That's just so stupid. I swear people move to LA and immediately start trying to flex anything, knowing they don't have shit. LOL. Shake my head. That is crazy. Yeah, it should have been communicated to the roommate and you. It should have been, but it wasn't. I'd be scared they disappeared me if I was a roomie. What about the whack kid you rented a room to? Oh, that's a different story. That was like 2 years ago. You have a great memory. Yeah, 2 years ago I had a crazy roommate from hell. Never did that story time, but I briefly talked about it in a video I made about squatters. But yeah, I never did an actual story time about it. Are cats allowed? Nope, no pets at all. Yeah, and if a dog were to pee, and yeah, when that motherfucker that I let stay in my spot for free for a little bit, until they were like able to like leave California in like what, like a week or two. Imagine if that dog had peed in my fucking apartment, it would have been a fucking problem. Someone said, "Did you break your lease or wait until the lease expired?" No, I didn't break my lease. I still live in that same apartment. Where is he now? Did you block him on everything? I definitely so I changed my number. They don't have my new number, so I definitely just stopped responding after a while. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it was a great learning lesson. I want to hear that story. I would love to go in detail one day. I fell out with a step cousin over this, and I literally helped him from a bad situation. Yes, I same thing. The disrespect of these type of individuals is insane. My love, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, love. I mean, thank you for the birthday wishes, love. Mm. Someone said he did that because he wanted to check your location to see how much time he got in your apartment. What do you mean? That person that you let live with you did that because they wanted to check your location to see how much time. Hmm. I'm processing this comment, so excuse me. Yeah, they were looking at my Instagram, social media all the time. So yes, this is one I was cool with. Someone I was cool with, someone that I met in LA a while ago. They've always been cool. Would always invite me out to events and shit like that. I always thought it was cool. I never thought the person would be stupid enough to do some stupid shit like that. And it's an interesting story. The reason why I'm not gonna say everything is because some famous names are involved. So I'm like, yeah, like the people that were being invited to my apartment without me even realizing, and this was like this person. This was like the person who I thought was a good homie's crash pad, who was using my spot as a crash pad. They are intertwined with other popular people. So I'm like, let me not share everything. Let me not do that. Choice, have you ever been to Rome or Paris? I've been to Rome, never been to Paris. I mean, I've been to the Paris airport. I've been to Paris, but I didn't leave the airport. I'm studying abroad there in the spring. Rome is very nice, and people are very chill. Italians are friendly. The stuff you see on social media, it can be accurate. People in Rome are just sometimes just don't care for tourists. Yeah, Italy is nice. People in Italy are nice, and there's Italy has the sexiest people you'll ever see in your entire life. Did you see the YouTube changes that are coming soon? I did. We're being forced to actually accept it. So I was told that I have to accept the guidelines before a certain time. So I have until January to accept the guidelines if I want to be in the partner program and still make money on YouTube. Yes, I am. I still live there. Happy birthday, Choice. I'm in Brazil now. I want the story now, lol. Not now. I've already been on here for an hour. I can't tell that whole story. Nah, let's get into that story too, Choice. Not now. I'm getting big as fuck too. I'm irritated. And hopefully you change the locks again. I did change my locks. When that person changed my lock, I rechanged it. You're lucky he left because he could have tried to get squatter rights. Good thing he peacefully left and didn't cause any more issues. Honestly, yeah. You need to move to New York. I don't know about that. I've always wanted to live in New York, but it's just at this phase of my life, I'm not running towards anywhere super expensive. You look 21. Thanks for the compliment. You're getting big as a house. That's funny because I'll never forget somebody said that to me a long time ago, and I still laugh at that insult. Someone said he might have been trying to lock you out of your shit. I don't think so. I don't like. I have a roommate. He gave my roommate a key and was like, "Oh, here you go. Don't worry. Like I changed the locks, but yeah, don't worry. Like I fixed it and everything's fine." That's how kind of like what he did with my roommate. But he was like, "Yeah, but and you were asleep." My roommate had told me the whole story. My roommate was like, "Yeah," he tried to like make it seem like it was kind of like my fault, bro. Like Choice, he was hitting me with the, "Yeah, you were asleep and this, that, and the third." It's fucking disgusting. So rude. That's why I don't lend money to anyone that I don't mind losing. That's the crazy part. He has somewhere to stay. Someone said he would have claimed squatters' rights if you. That's the crazy part that you don't understand. He has somewhere to stay. Like technically, yeah, he could have claimed squatters' rights and been a fucking crazy fucking nutcase. But what's interesting is he actually has somewhere to stay. Like he didn't live in LA. He was just in LA for work. He was just in LA to like network, do his shit, and build himself up because he couldn't like really afford to like get a hotel every time he came to LA. We need the full story. Not now. Hi, can you give me advice for moving to a new state? Have at least $10,000 saved. Have a job lined up. Visit first. And then hope for the best. What do you think about the new YouTube requirements? I have not even reviewed them yet. I just know that you have to have a certain amount on shorts, and you have to have a certain amount to be monetized. That's all I know. What do you think about Mexicans saying the N word? I don't give a fuck who says the N word, as long as you're not like trying to be hostile and cause chaos. Much love from Scarborough. I would love, love, love to go back to Toronto. Come to New York City. I go to New York City I say like every year or so. I love New York City. Oh, hey, Alana Moore. Hi, Choice. I shouted you out earlier, but I want to send some money. Oh, thank you. 9 years supported here. Love you much. Still waiting on the Goosebumps intro to return. LOL. Thank you for calling me out on that. I always say it's gonna come back, and it just never does. I did it for the Mary Jane video, but I haven't done it since. Like, honestly, I just don't know if I can't think of anything that's conspiracy theory worthy. Like that was like the peak of like my channel. That's actually what put my channel on, doing the conspiracy theories and the goosebump stuff. But fine, if I can think of something worth doing that for, I'll bring it back. You could pass for 26. Thank you for the compliment. Can't get rid of social anxiety. I'll be real. I definitely got rid of a little bit of my social anxiety through exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is when you do the opposite of what your social anxiety says by just talking to people, putting yourself out there. I put myself out there, and things definitely improved for me. Solo travel helped with social anxiety because when you're in a new country and you're forced to talk to new people, it forces you out of your comfort zone. So no, I don't really. I mean, social anxiety still pops up in different ways. Sometimes I get awkward. Sometimes I get stuck in my head and I freeze up and I zone out sometimes when talking to strangers. And then I like think of shit to say, like, oh shit, wait, I'm having a conversation right now. My bad. But yeah, social anxiety got away with exposure therapy. Your birthday was August 8th. It was, but I mentioned earlier in the live that I'm still celebrating all week because technically I'm gonna celebrate the whole fucking Leo season because it's Leo season until like what, August 23rd. Thanks for the super chat, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I am puzzled 92. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You don't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate your effort and love. Thank you for coming to my live and supporting my life. Oh my God, Nolan Wells. I aspire to be booked and busy and overseas that I wouldn't know who Nolan Wells is. Oh, sorry. I hear Nolan Wells. I know the name, but I hear people just always asking me like talk about this. I hear people talk like, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Choices. He's just joking. Yes, y'all must be new here. He's not 45. Right? Let me see. Okay. Loving the live choice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming through and showing love. Is this about the girl who travels to scam with hair growth oils from Africa? No, that's a whole other topic. And I will definitely be doing more updates on the whole Mary Jane firearm and the hair oils and all that stuff soon. Nolan Wells is a white boy who is a Malaysian guy who passed from being around white boys on July 4th, 2026. No. Someone said, "What if he still goes there while you're traveling and you don't know?" My locks are changed. That's not gonna happen. Thank you for this 499 super chat. Someone said, "Now's a great time to tell the story." I told enough of the story, and it's already been over an hour. I would rather do it on a fresh, clean slate. Never trust anyone you met in LA. LOL. People are in survival mode in LA. People are trying to get to the bag in LA. Just is what it is. The secondary manager girlfriends in my luxury apartment tried changing my locks without permission. Yikes. You lost weight though. Which country has the best food? Honestly, Trinidad, Jamaica, Morocco, Senegal. But if I had to like give it to a few people, I would give it to Morocco and I would give it to Trinidad. Trinidad mostly takes the number one spot though. Trinidad has amazing food. They have amazing food. Go watch my Trinidad vlog. All I did was eat. The food is fantastic in Trinidad. That's an underrated foodie country. I filed the police report on that whole. Oh wow, Annabelle, that's good for you. Someone said I think he knew someone stole the key. So honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know, but that just annoyed but it definitely annoyed the shit out of me. Because in my head, I'm like, oh hell no, ain't nobody about to be fucking like talking about my. Because you know what? That's a good point. Because why change the fucking locks? You knew someone took the fucking keys, but like, yeah, why change the locks? He probably would just avoid it. That's a good point. People who try to avoid shit at all costs because they don't like difficult conversations. Someone tried to get Scarlett to my home, but because he broke in, he was arrested and deported. Holy shit. That's a fucking like that's poetic justice right there. So glad to see your face. Thank you. I'm glad you're going to live. I'm glad I caught this live. Congrats to all that you have done. Congrats. Happy birthday. Thank you. In his mind, he got away with it. LOL. But him changing the locks is crazy. Yep. Yeah, I forgot how long it is, but if you abandon your house for more than a few months and someone moves in it, it's theirs now. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Mexicans definitely can't say the N word. Drop the skincare routine. Sarov lotion and a silk pillowcase, nothing more. And I guess just sleep. But honestly, it really is just a silk pillowcase. And a good lotion, a good moisturizing lotion. I just moved to 6K and a job lined up. I feel great. Been here since June and so glad I moved. There's no way Choice is 45. And yes, have some kind of woman lined up. Link for the birthday wishes. Whenever you want to come towards the door is open. I would love to go back to Toronto. I've been to Toronto one time and I loved it. Jessica the Prankster has drama. I haven't heard that fucking name in a long time. Happy birthday. You look 25. Thanks for the compliment. Not towards having social anxiety. Can't imagine that. I mean, yeah, I do a little bit, but it died down a lot after I started traveling. When I started traveling, it died down. Like when I'm in situations where I have to be social, I'm usually reserved into myself. But it died down a lot when I started traveling. I could talk to people. I don't have a problem with it. I've definitely improved a lot now that I'm older. But yeah, traveling solo and having to communicate with people in foreign languages definitely broke me out of my shell a lot. You look 30, no cap. Well, thanks for the compliment too. I'll say that's a compliment. People really think he's 45. Choice is a cutie, not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. I want to pinch his cheeks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Drinking a seltzer to celebrate you, King. Thank you, Cream Dream. I appreciate that. Happy birthday, love. Will you ever get around to a young? You know what? Okay, yes. I know Young Pharaoh just had his big comeback. Yes, I will definitely do the Young Pharaoh video now because in my case, I'm like, I might as well do the video. But I gotta get all these other videos out first. I have a bunch of other videos, but I gotta get those out. When I get those out, okay, cool. Have you ever flown Frontier? Yes, I have. And my flight got delayed like 4 times. It was a terrible experience. And the seats were hard as fuck. They were like, it was like sitting on a fucking slice of bread. A slice of toast, I mean. We don't care about the rice water, bitch. You think I'll survive the red eye from Baltimore to Atlanta? Yeah, you definitely will. Just ask them for a glass of wine when you get on that flight. Going to Baltimore to Atlanta is not that bad. First of all, sweetheart, you haven't lived until you fucking been on a fucking 12, 14 hour red eye flight, okay? You're talking about going from Baltimore to Atlanta. You're still traveling from the East Coast. That's like 5 hours, 4 hours. That's nothing. That's like 3 to 4 hours. Like the live. Yes, please like the live. If you're watching this, could you guys do me a favor and please like the live? I feel like if you're already in here, you might as well just leave a thumbs up on the live stream, show love, and just like the live. If you're already in here, you might as well. Holy shit, I've been on here for 2 hours. Isn't that crazy? Where was your top 5 best travel spots? Okay, so my top 5 travel spots, I'll put it like this. Um, I'll do from least to number one. I've been to 20 countries, luckily. So I feel like my top 5 travel spots. I really liked Algeria. It's a country, it's the biggest country in Africa, and there's literally no fucking tourists. Like, I kid you not, when I was there, people were looking at me like, why the fuck are you here? Or like, this country isn't ready for tourism. You know what I mean? I liked Algeria because it was different. So I fuck with Algeria. Algeria was cool. I'll give it Algeria. I would definitely say that I really liked my trip in Barcelona. Barcelona is number 4. So Barcelona, very diverse place. Spain, Barcelona is wow. Best architecture I've ever experienced in my entire life. Number 3, I would give to Portugal. Portugal is a great European country. It's a European country with a lot of really nice people, and it's the most affordable European country I've ever been to. Wine is cheap, food is cheap, Ubers are really, really cheap. if you are coming from an expensive Western country. Number two, I would give to Morocco. Morocco is great. It's in North Africa. It's getting so much tourism in this past 10 years. I love Morocco. Morocco is so much fun. And Moroccans are just hot, sexy as fuck, nice, good vibes, chill, and friendly and positive and cool as fuck, despite all their issues and adversities. I like Morocco, and it's fun. And they have like almost every fucking climate. I love that country. Number one is Brazil. Brazil has every climate you can think of in their country. It's huge as fuck. It's the size of a fucking continent. That's how big Brazil is. And Brazil is just fucking. Brazil's the size of America. They have their own everything. They have their own black network. They have their own cooking network. They have their own version of like. Well, they have like their own version of like a Paula Deen. They have their own version of what people consider like trap music. They have their own version of everything. Something's off by Mary Jane. Yeah, definitely. Rice water, that whole sound like mop water, probably. Lean more towards asexual, but honestly, as I've developed and gone through sexuality in life, eh, I'm okay with just gay. Someone said, to be honest, smoking weed and shit, ton of stress is snatching my waistline. Jamaica, so the Caribbean and Africa have best food. Honestly, Jamaica, I wish I could travel around like you. How was Senegal? Senegal was great. Chill as fuck, peaceful, and the food was great. I didn't know much about Senegal when I went until afterwards. I feel like I learned more about Senegal when I left rather than I was there. So I didn't really enjoy it as much as I could have. Plus, they don't have Uber, so I was still a new traveler when I went. And honestly, Senegal is top tier, one of the best, safest African countries, and with amazing food. And it's so safe, like I said. Toronto is a clean New York City. That would piss me off. Imagine paying mortgage on a house, leave for 2 months, a whole motherfucker move in, now it's theirs. Yeah, why is everyone on holiday just getting? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to catch. I feel like I'm past all these comments. Yeah, Brazil is a good country. There's a lot of black expats that live here, though. A lot of black expats. They all live in like Rio, though, the big tourist city. My favorite airline is American Airlines and Ryanair for cheap, budget-friendly airlines. Trisha Paytas has an Ozempic ad. That is so interesting. You've been watching me since middle school. Now you're in first year of college. Well, congrats on university. Congrats on getting in. And I appreciate my content growing with you because people always tell me that they've been watching me since they was kids, when they was in fifth grade, sixth grade, high school, or before they had their kids. Now their kids are like, toddlers. I think that's fucking amazing that my channel has grown with people because there are people who used to watch my content and now they don't anymore. There are people who used to watch my videos faithfully and now they don't even like really acknowledge my channel at all. Because people grow, people change, people evolve. Nothing lasts forever, good and bad. So some people, some of y'all watching this, like you may enjoy my videos and my live streams now, but in a couple of years, you're not really gonna give a fuck about my channel. Maybe you will, maybe you still, maybe you might grow, maybe my channel might adapt to you when you get older. But the same YouTubers I was watching 10 years ago, I'm not watching them now. So I'll tell you that. The same YouTubers you were watching 10 years ago, you're not watching now. Some of them I still watch. Like I was watching Lovely T like I want to say 10 years ago, back in 2016, and I still watch Lovely T every now and then when there's a good topic that she talks about or there's a good topic that I want to hear about. So yeah, sometimes you keep up with people and you grow with them, and then other times you don't. I'm sorry, you said Nolan Wells is a black boy from Mississippi who went missing during 4th of July while with a group of white friends, later found dead. A lot of suspicious things going on, including foul play. That's fucking crazy. I watched Lovely T too. Oh my god, Axe Herbie. I remember that sponsor. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Oh, Google Flights. Yeah, Google Flights is lit. So that's how you follow your frontier. That makes sense. Oh my god. My son was a newborn. Your son's 10 going on 11. Well, first of all, I appreciate you watching me for so many years. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. And you said you were watching me since your son was 10. Oh, you said you were watching me since your son was a newborn. Now he's 10 or 11. That's amazing. Congrats on having a 10-year-old. The double digits are an interesting era. Oh, also, when I sing my outro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to start removing the A Marie outro because the A Marie outro is something I do, but I can't do the A Marie outro anymore, mostly because I keep getting fucking flagged for copyright for that shit. It's so annoying. Like 1 minute I'll think everything's fine, and then boom, I get a fucking notification from YouTube saying, "Sorry, we're gonna have to copyright it." I think it's the melody that I pay at the beginning. But basically, there was a point in time where you could play a fucking song for like 15 seconds in a YouTube video. Now you can't even do this shit. Yes, the 2010s was crazy. I'm definitely older than 26. What's the AI that you use for your friend's resume again? Chat GPT. So just Google Chat GPT, attach your resume like how you would attach an email to it, and say Chat GPT, based on everything that's on my current resume, make it 10 times better and make it AI proof. Because a lot of times when you're trying to submit yourself for jobs, AI is scanning to see if you're a good fit for that job. I just started watching YouTube during the pandemic. Honestly, I don't blame you. YouTube was what a lot of us had during the pandemic. It was a strong fucking era for us. You literally started singing during the outro to avoid the copyright. They're doing too much now. Exactly. I started singing my outros to avoid copyright, and now they're fucking still copyrighting shit. I've been watching since I was a sophomore. Now I'm 2 years post grad. Oh my god. Well, congrats, first of all, being post grad. But damn, that's fucking crazy. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I also hit my 11-year anniversary. So shout out to that as well. Along with me aging and having my birthday, I also have my YouTube anniversary because I made my YouTube channel, I want to say 2 weeks before my birthday 11 years ago. So yeah, I hit 11 years old on YouTube and I'm aged. So my channel is aging and I'm aging. So I think it's a blessing. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And I always try to make sure I count my blessings every single day. And you should too. You know, there's a lot of things that sometimes you take for granted. The fact that we have two legs that work and the people who are losing their fucking legs and getting their legs amputated, people who are dying from illnesses. I'm so grateful for a lot of the shit that I have been able to do. There was a while where I was a little bit I was grateful, but I just didn't feel validated. Like I thought I need all these things to be, I felt like I needed certain things to be validated. I feel like I needed certain things in order to feel like I was good enough. And Lord and behold, I realized I got everything I need. And sometimes you have everything you need and more. You just don't realize it until it's gone. You don't realize how blessed you are until you lose something you need. You know, like your health or your legs or your feet or your toes or your hair. So I value and I want to count my blessings for everything that I have. So that way, oh, okay. So I'm at 2%, and I'm in an Airbnb where there's not that many outlets in here, and it's a situation where I can't necessarily unplug my light because if I do, this is how the quality looks. Listen, check me out. This is the quality. Just the quality. It looks rough. So I'm not about to just unplug my fucking light. I literally had to move around the fucking router. Oh my fucking god. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck. Okay, so I actually unplugged it. So give me a minute. Fucking bullshit. Okay, I actually gotta get off of here because now I'm fucking irritated. Okay. So yeah, I gotta get the fuck off of here because my laptop's gonna die if I don't. So can you guys do me a favor and can y'all like the live? So that way you like the darkness because I have anxiety. I don't blame you, shit. I might should I start doing dark lives? Plug the phone in and stay with us. I could plug the phone in, but holy shit, I could. Hold on, okay. So I'm at 1%, so I gotta go. Like the live, show love, please like the live, because if I don't end the live now, then it's gonna like be all black and it's gonna look weird. But it's choppy. I gotta go. Y'all be safe. It's been 2 hours. Enjoy the playback. This is my Zelle if you guys want to send something, and please leave a like in the comment and tell me to make more lives if you guys want more lives. Just leave a like, leave a comment. So when this ends, leave a like and a comment if you would like to, if you can. If not, it's all good. Gotta go. Take care. Y'all be safe. Goodbye. I'm at 1%. I gotta go. Take care. Toodles. Cheers. Bye.